This week on Storyboard, we speak to FCB Ulka's Group Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Rohit Ohri on what does it take to win big businesses. On the sidelines of Curious Design Yatra held in Goa recently, we caught up with Prasanna Sankhe, co-founder and partner Hyphen. And on today's notice board, we have the new commercial for Edelweiss Tokyo Life Insurance featuring Irfan Khan. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. This is Shibani Gharat. We begin this episode on a very sad note. NDTV's Group CEO and Executive Vice Chairperson KVL Narayan Rao passed away this week. Rao, 63, had been fighting cancer for the last 2 years. He is survived by his wife Renu and 2 sons Jayant and Arjun. Rao had played an important role along with Pranoy Roy and Radhika Roy in creation and transition and growth of NDTV from a production house to a broadcaster. Rao had joined NDTV as a general manager in January 1995, looking after human resources, administrations and operations of the organization. He was invited to join the board of NDTV in 1998 and had been its executive director since then. Rao was appointed Group CEO in 2007 and Executive Vice Chairperson in August 2011. In October 2016, he was reappointed for a second tenure as Group CEO of NDTV in addition to his responsibilities as Executive Vice Chairperson. May his soul rest in peace. Moving on, we caught up with Rohit Ohri, Group Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of FCB Ulka, on the heels of his agency winning a few big-ticket accounts in the country. He spoke to Storyboard editor Anantrangaswamy on what does it take to win big accounts, and he also discussed the future plan of action for his agency. Let's take a look at this chat.
Rohit, you won the Horlicks business. It's a massive business. But if you can break it up and tell me what Horlicks win means to you, to the agency, and to your colleagues around you.
So, Horlicks has been a big win for FCB India. I think one of the big things actually it did was to signal a lot of positive result of the change that I've been working on over the last 2 years. Very often, change can take a long time to kind of bear fruit. And I think when it does bear fruit, and I think in a year and a half when we actually won this big piece of business, it was a validation of the fact that, yes, you've got the right people, the right talent, the right system, and then right culture in the organization to actually bring in a business as big as Horlicks and GSK. So that in itself was a big confidence, morale boost for the entire agency. I don't think the agency as a whole has won such a big business in the last decade almost. So that belief coming back, and I think to me the most important thing is belief, because if you believe that the agency can deliver, and a lot of the things that people have talked about, because till then I was speaking about change and I was doing a lot of things, putting things in place, but this was the biggest proof point of the fact that this was positive change.
Tell me, how does it impact your existing clients when you win the business, when a business as important as GSK and Horlicks? How does it impact existing clients?
So, most of our clients are really happy because for them it's also a validation of the fact that they're working with the right agency. So the agency that can win big businesses obviously means the agency has caliber, and that is something that most clients are happy with. I think the one of our strengths has always been the fact that we've held very large clients and we've held those relationships over a very long period of time. So that is something that we are proud of, and I think we are a mature agency. We know how to bring in big businesses. We know how to keep attention on our existing businesses. So it's not that anything will suffer. We are growing, and that's good sign of a client-agency relationship. It's good sign for the client that they want to be with the agency that wins and can help them win as well.
And I'll come to the last question, which is. FCB is now a hungry agency on the hunt, so to say, looking for new wins. What are the challenges that you're facing? Because it's a crowded market, the market where everybody is holding on fiercely for their current accounts and fighting fiercely. You're hearing of pitches of 10 agencies, 15 agencies, going for a pitch. So what does it take to win businesses now?
this is a really big challenge for us. And I think as an industry, we need to really look at this and understand how do we tackle this. Because what has happened is every client now, right in the beginning, they never tell you that they have a big budget or a small budget or a microscopic budget. They organize a pitch, right? And they say, we'll look at it on a need base. And then once you win the pitch, you realize that what was a mountain is actually a molehill, right? So that is one aspect of the issue that we're facing. The other aspect of the issue we're facing is that we're getting into pitches where there are 16 or 17 agencies, and some of the big agencies are actually undercutting so viciously to get businesses that it's really, you know, when we're asking where is this industry going and where do we see, you know, the business growth really? Those are big questions that are facing us, and I think as an industry, we need to come together to answer this question.
So I think it's been written about and spoken about for 2 decades now.
Yeah.
So who's going to bell the cat, and who's going to? Are we going to see you pushing for some change, or who do you think should lead it?
I think the Advertising Agency Association of India should lead it, because that would be the biggest service that they could do to the industry. And I think it's time that we made some strict regulations about pitch fees, because currently while we put forth that, you know, agencies should charge pitch fees, but nobody actually charges them, right? So agencies give in very easily. So if the top 10 agencies actually got together and said, we will work in this way, there will be outliers, that's fine. But if the top 10 agencies blocked clients from actually taking the agencies for granted and bringing them into pitches and you know, almost kind of exploiting, you know, their time and money, I think that could be a great start.
Anyway, I hope you and your colleagues in the top 10 manage to start this conversation.
Yeah, I think it's high time we do.
And till the next time we meet, all the best. Catch you later.
Thank you so much.
It is time for us to take a short break. When we return, we catch up with Prasanna Sankhe, co-founder and partner Hyphen, about how can design solve some big brand problems.